Hello, my name is Dawn from Infinite You Life Coaching. Today we'll be doing an hour-long vinyasa flow that is to awaken our heart with this new moon energy. So new moon is all about new beginnings, planting seeds, setting intentions for this next month ahead. And what better way to do that than coming in touch with our heart? So today we'll be opening our heart space. We'll be going through some flows. Really think about coming into that moon energy. So just being very intentional in your movements. Think about lunar energy is feminine energy. So just coming in contact with a very intentional feminine energy. We'll be doing some stretches to start and getting into our flow, and we'll end in a shavasana. So go ahead and get into a comfortable seat and just notice your sit bones on the mat, giving yourself this space to transition into our practice today. So feel the sit bones coming in contact with the mat. Imagine a string pulling your spine nice and tall. Maybe taking your shoulders up to your ears and back and allowing them to just settle down your back. And just breathe. Letting go of whatever you were just doing. And releasing that temptation to fall into what you're going to do for the rest of your day. There's nowhere to go and nothing to do for the next hour. Continue to feel your breath, allowing your body to settle, allowing every exhale to be an invitation to soften. And we'll set an intention for our practice today. The intention of coming in touch with our heart. So stepping out of our mind and into our heart. So that when it comes time to set that intention for the month ahead, you'll be in the right place to do it. And when you are ready, you can gently flicker your eyes open if they were closed. And we're just going to inhale our hands up to palms touch. And then remember these very soft, deliberate motions. We're going to bring our right palm down to the mat as we extend our left hand up and over our head. Maybe taking your gaze up towards the ceiling, opening up that top shoulder. On your next inhale, we're going to come back up to center, palms touch. Exhale, bring your left palm to the mat and extending your right palm up and over. Again, maybe bring your gaze up to the sky, opening up that top shoulder, really extending those fingertips, and just breathe. And gently on your next inhale, coming back up, palms touch. Exhaling, bring your right hand, fingertips behind you, and left fingertips to your knee. So not forcing the twist, just allowing it to happen from your heart. So inhale like that string is extending your spine. Exhale, deepening your twist, but not using your arms, leading with your heart. Extend your spine on the inhale and twist a little deeper on the exhale. Let's do that one more time. And on your next inhale, coming back to center, bring your hands back up above you, palms touch. Exhale, bring the left hand behind you, right hand to your knee. Inhale like a string is pulling your spine upwards. Exhale, gently using your heart to lead the twist back. Maybe taking your gaze over that back shoulder. Inhale, extending your spine. Exhale, deepening the twist. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, deepen your twist. On your next inhale, you can unwind. And we'll inhale our hands up so palms touch. Then just gently swimming or floating your hands behind you, interlacing your fingers and extending your fist down towards the floor and away from you. Really feel your heart space open here. Imagine that when we open our heart space, we're allowing our heart room to expand, releasing any constriction. Breathe right into your heart. And on your exhale, just gently moving down towards the floor. Maybe bringing your forehead to the floor, maybe not. Extending your fists up towards the ceiling. Just breathe. Notice how this opens your chest area in a different way. On your next inhale, we're going to come back up. You can release the hands and just allow your palms to come down onto your thighs or your knees. Your spine is nice and tall. And think about your chin just slightly tucking it towards your neck. And from there, we'll do a nice inhale to extend the spine. Exhale, dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. And allow gravity just to open that area on the right side. If you want to take a couple of intentional movements here, you could gently and slowly just move your neck side to side as it's tilted in that direction. So basically taking your gaze down to your armpit and then up to the sky. And if you find a spot that's very tender, you could always just settle in there and just take a few breaths. And then on your next inhale, we're going to bring our head back up to center. Again, let's reset. So inhale, nice tall spine, maybe tucking the chin under a little, and then dropping the head to the right side. Breathing into any tension. Maybe taking those gentle and intentional movements ever so slowly. Noticing how every movement changes what you feel. And if you find a spot you want to pause, just take a few breaths. And on your next inhale, coming back up to center, we're just going to drop our chin to our chest and take a couple of head rotations. So we'll take 3 rotations going clockwise, going as deep as you'd like, but always with intention and softness. And then take 3 rotations in the other direction. And from here, we're just going to allow our chin to fall towards our chest. If it feels comfortable, you can interlace your fingers on the back of your head and just allow your elbows to hang heavy. Just notice what you feel. Maybe adding in a little bit of intentional and gentle motion from side to side. Again, if you find a spot that is calling for you to pause, you can pause and breathe into the sensation. Or maybe you just want to find stillness. When you're ready, you can inhale back up to center. And from here, we're just going to take our fingertips and set them on our shoulders. So the motion here is we're going to inhale as we bring our elbows to touch. Then bring our elbows up. Exhale as you come around. So inhale, elbows touch. Bring your hands up. Maybe the backs of your hands touch as your elbows are up to the sky. Exhale, coming down. We'll do that 3 more times at your own pace. And as you exhale, we can just rest our palms on our knees just for a moment. Maybe take a breath or 2. See if your shoulders need a little rotation, and you can bring them up to your ears and let them settle down along your back. We're going to extend our hands out to the side, and then we're going to come in for a self-hug. So let's begin by taking our left arm on top and then taking your hands to opposite shoulders. From here, we're just going to allow our shoulder to dip down to that left side. Inhale, opening your arms up. This time, right hand on top and dipping your right shoulder down. Inhale, open arms up. Left hand on top, dip to the left side on your exhale. Inhale, arms open. And exhale, bring the right arm on top, dipping to the right side. One more time on each side. Inhale, arms open. Really stretch those fingertips. Bring the left arm on top, dipping to the left side. Last one. Nice long extension in your fingertips. And right arm on top, dipping to the right side. And from here, we're going to meet in a tabletop position for some cat-cows. So hands should be directly under your shoulders, toes can be untucked or tucked if that's comfortable. From there, we're going to go ahead and have our hips over our knees. And as you inhale, you're going to drop your belly towards the floor and really feel your chest area opening as you take your gaze up or forward. Exhale, starting in your tailbone, just start tucking and rolling your back in the other direction and tucking your chin into your chest. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, slowly and deliberately coming back. Again, a gentle switch back to our cow. And exhale back into our cat. Coming back into a neutral position, we're going to inhale the right hand up to the sky. Exhale, threading it through for thread the needle, so coming underneath your left armpit and just resting your forehead, temple area on the floor. And then maybe extending that left arm up and forward. You can try walking that left hand a little bit towards the right side of the mat, just noticing how that feels. Feel that chest area in the back still opening. Bringing the left hand next to your face, we're going to inhale that right hand back up to the sky. And gently let it float back down to the mat. Then floating the left arm up to the sky. And threading that left hand underneath the right armpit.
Resting your left temple on the floor, maybe extending that right arm forward. Feeling the sensations in your heart space. Maybe walking the right fingertips towards that left side. And bringing the right fingertips back next to the face, pushing into the right hand as you gently float the left hand back up to the sky on an inhale. And exhale, floating it back down to the mat. From here, we're going to come into a puppy pose. So your hips are going to remain over your knees as you gently walk your hands forward. Maybe bringing your forehead to the mat. If it's comfortable, you could bring your chin to the mat. You could also come up onto your fingertips. Two more breaths here. If you are on your fingertips, just coming back down to your palms, and we're just going to bring our body forward and belly onto the mat for a Sphinx pose. So the tops of your feet are pushing down into the floor. You can widen your legs as long until it feels comfortable, as wide as the mat if you'd like. Your elbows should be directly under your shoulders, palms down on the mat. Gaze is forward in front of your mat. And think about the back of your heart reaching forward. Just breathe. Feel us loosening that heart space, softening it. From here, we're going to move our fingertips to a little bit in front of our shoulders and in front of us towards the side of the mat. And on your inhale, we're going to push into those fingertips and coming into a cobra. Exhale, floating down. Moving with intention, inhale, coming back up. Exhale, nice and fluid. Inhale, come up. And exhale, come down. From here, just gonna I'm gonna bring my feet a little closer together because I had widened them. I'm just gonna bring my hands behind me, palms up. And from here, just raising my feet off the floor. We'll take 3 breaths. Maybe raising your feet a little bit higher. 1 more breath. Lowering your feet, bringing your palms to the mat. You're going to go ahead and bend your left foot and allow your hand to grab the top of the left foot, maybe resting your head on the floor and pulling that foot towards your glute. You could also have your arm in front of you and see about pulling that leg a little bit off the mat. Allowing the leg to come back down, extending the foot, and then switching sides. So again, bending the right foot, grabbing onto the foot, pulling it towards the heel, maybe having your head down on your arm or your mat, and just pulling that foot towards your glute. Feeling the stretch in your quad. If it feels comfortable, bringing that foot up along with your chest. And again, lowering the leg. This time, bringing both hands towards your shoulder, allowing your forehead to come to the mat, bending both legs, and bringing both feet towards your glute. And if it's comfortable, raising your head and possibly raising your knees off the floor. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Feel your heart space open. And gently releasing, coming into crocodile. We'll just make a pillow for our hands and just allow your body to relax here. One more breath. And when you're ready, we're going to put our hands underneath our shoulders, really closer to our ribs, and we're going to push into our hands to come back into a cobra. From here, we're just going to look over our left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale over the other shoulder. Let's do that one more time. Inhale over the left. Exhale back to center. And exhale back over the right shoulder. And from here, we're just going to push back into a child's pose. Your arms can be out in front of you, or if it's more comfortable, you can drape your arms at your side. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then maybe bringing your fingertips next to your head. We're just going to push up into a kneeling position. Your knees can be hip distance apart. And from here, depending on where you are, or how you're feeling today, we're going to come into a camel. So you can begin by putting your hands on your lower back. You can do fingertips down, or you could do fingertips up. And from here, extending your spine upwards, leaning your hips forward, and just coming down to where it feels comfortable. If you're wanting to go a little deeper, you could tuck your toes and bring your hands down to your heels. Really think about opening that heart space. If you want to untuck your toes and remain on your heels, maybe dropping your head behind you. And just breathe. If you came down to your feet, you can walk your hands back to your lower back, bringing your head back up, and then coming back into a kneeling position. You might want to take a step back in your kneeling position, and we're just going to step forward with our left foot. So coming down into this low lunge, think about allowing your hips to just sink towards the floor. Grounding your right palm and tucking your back toes. We're going to come up into this runner's lunge and just inhale that left arm up to the sky. Think about your hands moving apart, really reaching those fingertips up to the sky, strong legs. From here, bringing your hand back down to the mat and coming up into stepping up to a forward fold. It's okay to have your knees bent here. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending your knees fairly deeply. We're just going to roll our way, vertebrae by vertebrae, up to a standing position. And then from here, we're going to turn so that we're facing the long edge of our mat, though we're still on one side. Inhaling, arms up, palms touch. Exhaling, coming to the right side. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, back up to center. And exhaling, we're going to step our feet very wide. Arms are still nice and tall. We're going to bring our heels in, toes out, as we bend our knees and come down into a goddess pose. Tucking your tailbone, Your spine is nice and tall. Just breathe. Maybe come a little lower. Inhale, standing up. Exhale, you can bring your left foot so it's parallel to the side of the mat, or deepening your heel, bring your heel a little closer to the back side of the mat. Then we're gonna bring our toes up on the left side and have them point forward. Then from here, we're just gonna allow our arms to come out to the side. Take a breath. And then allow your tailbone to move towards the back of the mat as your fingers come forward. And just coming down, resting your hand on your ankle maybe. Right, the left hand is up to the sky. Breathe. Floating your right hand down, having a hand on each side of your foot. We're just gonna spin those back toes. So putting your weight to your hands and your front foot, spin the toes, and then with both legs straight, coming into this pyramid pose. You can have your back straight or even curve your spine, allow your head to be heavy. And from here, bending the front knee into this runner's lunge. From here, walk your hands towards the front, but not in the front. And then allow your right toes to kind of point to the corner of your mat as you come onto that back heel. Now, you can stay up as high as you need to here, but you could come down into the skandasana. Just breathe, maybe hands at heart center. Then bringing your hands towards the center of the mat, pushing into that right leg. We're just gonna come into our malasana squat. So bringing heel to your feet so they're a little closer together. And then from there, just allowing your spine to be tall. Your sit bones lowering towards the mat. Hands are in prayer, elbows pushing against the knees. If your heels are up here, you could always roll the back of your mat and stick it under your heels, or maybe a blanket. Then hands down. Raising your bottom, we're just gonna heel toe the front foot towards the left side of the mat, and then having your back foot towards the left side of the mat. And then from here, we're gonna come into that skandasana. So your left toe should be pointed towards the front corner of your mat, where that back foot is gonna come onto its heel. Again, remember, coming down to wherever it feels comfortable, possibly coming back into a prayer position. And just breathe. Bring your hands down to the mat. Allow that back foot to make contact with the mat. Again, pushing into your hands as you straighten that front foot. We're coming in to our low lunge here. So just allow the hips to gently fall towards the mat. Maybe taking your gaze towards the floor in front of your mat. Then pushing into your front foot. From here, you're coming into a pyramid pose. You can straighten your back or allow your spine to curve down. Bring your forehead towards your knee. And then grounding that back heel. So your back foot might be parallel to the mat or at a angle where your heel is further away. We're going to push into this front foot and come back into our triangle pose. Allow your next inhale, reach those top fingertips up to the sky, helping to bring your body up. Then rotating your feet so that your toes are pointing out, heels are pointing in. And then coming down into our goddess pose, tucking your tailbone, spine is tall, maybe sinking a little lower. Then pushing into your feet, bring your hands to touch above your head. We're going to step back towards the front of the mat so that we're just facing the side of the mat. And from here, exhale as you lean to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you lean to the left. Allowing your arms to float down. We're just going to turn to face the front of our mat. And from here, we'll inhale our hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, this time we're going to step our left foot back so that we're in this runner's lunge. And planting your left hand onto the mat, we're gonna inhale and float our right hand up to the sky. On your next exhale, float the hand back down. You can lower the knee. And we're just going to come back into our kneeling position and then coming into a child's pose. Taking a breath here. One more breath. And from here, you can lift your head. We're going to inhale up into a kneeling position. From here, we'll inhale our hands up. Exhale, bringing, I'm just going to face you so you can better see. Bring our arms out to the side. And then from here, let's go ahead and step the left foot forward so that we are in a bit of a lunge here. And then taking our inhale, exhaling, let's twist to our open side. Inhale back to center. Twist to the bent knee side. Back to center. From here, let's just inhale both hands up. And exhaling, to turn my body one more time. Tucking our back toes. Arms are up. We're going to bring that same side hand down onto the heel as you open up behind you. Like a modified camel in a way. Inhale, bring that top arm up. Resting it on your knee. Maybe closing your eyes and seeing how your balance is here. We'll inhale our hands up. Bringing the right foot back underneath, untucking the toes. And just allowing your hands to sweep back and rest your hands down on the floor, tops of your hands, as you come back into a child's pose. Allow your whole body to be heavy here. Take one more breath here. next inhale, we're going to inhale our hands up as we come back into that kneeling position. This time we're going to take our left foot forward, or right foot forward, which is the opposite of whatever you did last time. And take an inhale. Allow your arms to come out to the side. And then exhale as you open up to the unbent knee side. Coming back to center. And opening up to the bent knee side. Spine is still tall. Inhaling both hands up, tucking the back toe, bringing the same side arm onto that heel, and allowing yourself to open. Finding your balance, finding a calmness. Just breathe. And then from here, coming back up to center, arms up, inhale. Exhale, untucking your toes, coming back up to a kneeling position. Gently sweeping your hands behind you as you come back into that relaxed child's pose. Arms and shoulders are completely relaxed. Complete surrender here. And we'll take one more breath in our child's pose. Then coming back up to a seated position, I'm just going to step forward with my knees and scoot onto my bottom as we come into a boat pose. So depending how you're feeling, you might want to put your toes on the mat, or you can come into the half boat or a full boat. So I'm going to hold my half boat here. We'll take 2 breaths. And then bring your knees towards you, and we're just going to take your right hand as you hold your big toes. Now you could stay, this is to balance, so you could stay right here, or you could extend your legs as you bring your left arm behind you. Take a breath. On your next inhale, coming back into that half boat, take 2 breaths. This time taking your left hand to your big toes. Again, maybe staying with your knees bent or extending, and extending the right hand behind you. Taking 2 breaths. On your next inhale, we can lower our feet down onto the mat. And from here, we're just going to extend our feet forward into this staff pose. So just taking your fingertips and allowing them to be on the mat here. Walking your left fingertips to the side, we're just going to inhale the right fingertips over. Take a breath. On your next inhale, coming back up, fingertips next to your hips, nice tall spine. And then putting your right fingertips to the side as you lift your left fingertips up and over. Just breathe. On your next inhale, we'll come one more time, having our fingertips next to our glutes. We're just gonna walk your glute up so that you can stick your hand under as we work our way down to fish pose. So getting both palms down on the mat and easing backwards. I'm going to scoot myself forward a little here. So your hands are underneath your glutes, your elbows are nice and strong. You can point your toes and allow your head to gently fall behind you. Now, there's no weight on your head, it's all on your elbows. Just breathe. Feel that heart space open. When you're ready, you can allow your body to just come flat on the mat. And from here, we're just going to tuck our knees in and give our knees a good hug. Maybe a rock side to side. Maybe bringing your forehead to your knees. As you ease your back and your head down to the mat, we're going to take our arms into our cactus pose. So bent elbows, knees are parallel to the floor, our lower legs are parallel to the floor, and we're just going to drop our knees to the left side. Your right shoulder should remain on the mat. Your gaze can remain up to the ceiling, or maybe taking your gaze to your right arm. Just breathe. Allow your body to settle in. You can feel the points of your body that are touching the floor, allowing everything to be heavy. And as we unwind in this position, we'll hold this pose for a few minutes to give our body time to open up and relax. Every exhale is an opportunity to soften and surrender to your mat. Think, where else can I soften? We'll take one more breath here. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up to center. Let's just take our hands onto our knees, and keeping your knees together, we're just going to rotate our knees in a big circle. We'll go 3 times clockwise, feeling that massage on your lower back, and then 3 times counterclockwise. And then bringing our arms back into that cactus position, bringing our lower legs parallel to the floor, then dropping our knees down to the right side. Gaze can be up to the ceiling, or maybe taking your gaze to your left arm. Again, we'll be giving ourselves time in order to allow our body to settle. But we can guide our body by using our exhales to soften. We can soften our eyes and our jaw And when we start to do that, the rest of our body begins to realize it's okay to soften. We'll take one more breath here. And on your next inhale, coming back up to center. Again, we'll give our knees a good hug. Maybe bring our forehead to our knees. And then extending your feet long ways and your hands above your head. Let's take a nice long stretch here. Pointing your toes away, reaching your arms away from your toes. And from here, we're going to come into a banana pose. So let's go ahead and take our left heel off the mat to the left side and cross the right heel over the top. And then taking your left shoulder towards the left side of your mat. And from here, you can just hang on to your left wrist with your right hand. And you can always try to edge yourself a little more if you feel like you want to deepen the stretch. You get to control how much sensation you have here. And see if you can get your body to relax. Use that exhale to soften, to give your body permission to soften. Just breathe. Maybe using your breath to breathe into those right ribs. Using a full exhale and see if you feel the sensation of that on the right side as well. We'll take one more breath here. And as you exhale, just kind of coming back to neutral position, maybe giving yourself another nice long stretch in the center. And then taking your right foot off the mat with the left foot crossing over, and then bringing your right shoulder towards the right side. And then allowing your right hand to hold your left wrist. Feel that opening up on the left side, using your breath to breathe in and move those ribs. But even your exhale, a nice long extended exhale, you may notice sensation from that. So just breathe. See if you can allow your body to soften, surrendering to this position. Taking one more breath here. And then coming back to center, maybe taking one more long stretch. And then finding your Shavasana. So perhaps you want your standard Shavasana, palms up, arms to the side, legs falling to the side. Maybe constructive rest might feel good today, where you have your feet as wide as the mat and you lean your knees in. Or even a reclined butterfly. Just seeing what speaks to you today. And once you're in that position, notice the points of your body touching the mat. Feel your body growing heavier. That sensation of sinking down into your mat. Letting go of any weight you're carrying, because the mat is offering to carry that weight for you. You can 100% let go here. Your eyes can be often open and softened, or have them closed. Maybe you want to walk your shoulder blades towards the center of your back, tucking them in. And just feeling that rhythmic motion of each breath. It's the rhythm that we follow in nature. And the moon is such a beautiful example of the cyclic nature of the universe. But we have that cyclic nature in our body with our heartbeat and our breath. Our bodies just know what to do. Maybe you can feel the energy that we've welcomed into our body as we've moved around on our mat. A tingling sensation, just an awakeness that's in your skin, in your body. And that tingling, that prana just flowing through you, bringing every cell what it needs right now. So just allow your awareness to just take in your body as a whole, your breath, your heartbeat, this tingling awareness of the prana that flows through you. And just be. Allowing your body to be still and not engaging with the thoughts that come to you. Or your mind will continue to think. But you can allow those thoughts to just drift away. Just be. And you can start deepening your breath. Feeling this first motion of your body stemming from your diaphragm, expanding your belly and your chest. And then maybe bringing some gentle motion into your fingers and your toes. Maybe rocking your arms and your legs a little side to side. Maybe even rocking your neck side to side. And then in your own time and in your own way, finding your way to a side lying position. Maybe using your arm as a pillow. And just allow your body to breathe here. listening for what your body has to say. And when it feels comfortable, maybe with your eyes still softened, your eyes closed, finding a comfortable seated position on your mat. And having your palms down on your knees, listening for what your body is telling you it needs. Listening to your heart that we've slowly opened over the course of this practice, softening its edges, allowing the heart to expand and release its constriction. So now it's time to listen so that you can set your intention for the month ahead. What are the seeds that you want to plant? What are the intentions that you want to invoke? Maybe taking your hands right to your heart center, putting both hands on top of your chest, feeling your heartbeat, and asking, what does she need? And silently just setting that intention. Continuing to breathe as you hold that intention in your heart. Allowing your heart to pump that intention to every cell of your being. And no matter what it is that you need or are longing for, know that setting intentions and opening your heart is a great place to start. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and bowing your head. Bowing your head down to your own heart and thanking yourself for showing up on the mat today. And I thank you as well for showing up, for being a part of this collective, creating positive energy and spreading it, even if it's just one person at a time. So thank you for being here and for pouring into yourself. May you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.